Leak, if you could touch on each of the transfers you added and just what you've seen from them through 8 practices and now this first scrimmage.
It's been off to a great start for those guys. Just going like from left to right, man. Isaiah World, great athlete, great movement skills, great body control, loves the game. I think it's going to be a really good benefit for all our young guys to see somebody who really loves the game. He's a junkie for football. I mean, I'm glad he's a Duck. I'm just be completely honest with you. He's one of those game changers for real. Next, going with Emmanuel. Coming from USC, he's had 30-plus career starts. He knows exactly what it is. When you see him, he's one of those guys who you like, he's going to end up like on a freak list. He dang near has a six-pack abs, long length, crazy strength, movement capabilities. He's played a ton of good football, obviously protecting for Caleb Williams at USC and having that experience, man. He's came in, learned the system, getting with the younger guys, getting some indie drills with those guys, and asking the proper questions. He's not uncomfortable with asking questions if he doesn't know. And I think that's been the best part for him because he is a high IQ football player that matches with that brute strength and athleticism that he has. It's going to be a real benefit for us. Can't imagine and wait to see what it looks like with him and Poncho next to each other with just that much sheer power in the A-gaps. And then going to the right side right now, you got Big Harkey. Man, Hark is one of those guys who's, once again, extreme athleticism to be so large. I think he probably shocked all of us because when you see it on film, you know he's a large human. But when you get in person, it's like, okay, you're extremely huge. Like, he's a big human. Between him, Isaiah, and E-Man, the mass that we've acquired in the portal, man, it was really cool and it was really good to have. And all those guys have played high-quality football. So you can see that now, 8 practices in, they're getting more comfortable with our techniques, getting more comfortable with our system, and they're going to be big contributors for us.
Right, Zach?
How important has it been for you guys to have Bedford back and apparently healthy, seemingly healthy, and especially when you have that veteran experience with so many new offensive line pieces?
I mean, I think the best, I say it all the time, there is no better teacher than experience. He's had 30-plus career starts in the Big Ten, and for him to be healthy and his body's feeling good, and he's always had that leadership role. He's just one of those natural leaders. So to have him now playing at a high level like how he's playing right now, he's playing consistent football. I think he's starting to feel that confidence again. It's natural. When you have an injury, you don't play for a while. You can see and feel him in his presence in meetings, his presence at practice. He's playing with some confidence right now, and everybody's noticing it. And even getting him out at tackle as well. So, you know, he's feeling good and he's feeling healthy because he can play multiple positions at the same time as well. So it's been really good to see the jump he's made because he's always one of those guys. He was committed to his rehab. He was committed to the installing and all that kind of stuff. Even when he wasn't playing, he was prepping like he was playing. And sure enough, it's paying off right now. So it's been really good. He's been a really bright spot for us so far up to this halfway point in spring.
Back right, Brett?
Last season for you guys early on the offensive line side, it just seemed like maybe it was a little bit of a slow start, but you guys figured things out. With the group of players you guys have brought in, do you feel like things are clicking a little bit quicker with this group? And what are you kind of seeing? And do you feel like they'll have a faster start in the spring game and hopefully, obviously, when fall comes as well, too?
Yeah, I mean, you can feel it. I mean, every season is different because every season is going to consume of different 5 guys and that kind of stuff. But I think it's the best thing about this group. Just you're always constantly working. So we'll see how it is when the game's there. We know we got 6 more months, but you always hope for the best that it's going to be. They can get that feeling of playing next to each other, that confidence of playing next to each other. So you go out there, you're hitting on all cylinders. But if it ever is not up to par, I think all our guys are committed to always chasing that process because there's a standard here. So while everybody else was not on our side, everybody else in that room linked together, and we see what else would turn from that. So whatever happens, these guys are going to link together. And I think even with transfer guys, the culture in the room, you would think these guys have known each other for their whole college careers. And I think that's just a tribute to those guys when they're not here, being at each other's houses. And that's what's going to make the difference when you talk about having that cohesion with the guy next to you.
How's that, James?
Where is Poncho different, nearly 1,000 snaps later compared to a year ago, and who else is working at that center spot with him?
Man, to see the difference that Poncho is, like, there's a confidence in his game that I think we've all known he was going to be a really good player, but to see him now match that maturity and match that confidence in his game because he knows he's a really good player, I think our whole team is feeling it. He's a clear leader. He helps us in every single aspect as far as communication. You can see the player he's grown into, and I know his big brother would be proud because he sounds like his bigger brother right now. He has leadership capabilities like that while also being a very good football player. So, I mean, being 1,000 snaps in, he's just that much better of a football player. We had him out there at guard today just to get some rotation, and he was like happy because it's been a while since he played some guard. So it feels good for him to be in that spot. And, I mean, as far as centers, we got 5 of them again, just continues to compete. And we still got Charlie back there. We still got Bryce Bolton. We got Devin Brooks doing much more snapping. And we even got Dave Yulee getting some snaps as well. So we have 5 to 6 guys constantly working, consistently working snaps. So if we ever need need to switch a situation, God forbid, injury where Poncho's got to bump over. We got some young guys in there building, and I think the best part about it is Bryce Bolton got here at 260. He's 310 now. Devin Brooks got here. He was like 255, 260. He's about 290 now. I mean, you see Charlie Pickard now is up to 315. We got some guys right now who are just committed to Wilson Love's program, and it's good to see their development, man. And then going against guys like Tion Gray, Terrence Green, Big Bear, Big Mike, they get real good competition, man. And being able to see them compete at a high level right now, like how they're playing, I think we're in a really good spot.
Back left, Matt.
Briefly touched on Dave, but his development, his growth, and also Janoris Wilson and where those two guys are at and where they kind of fit within your unit.
I mean, right now, I think that's the best part. I think the proud moments you have as a coach is when you see your guys start to develop and it starts to click. You talk about the aha moments. Like when we counted on Dave's number last year, he helped us. We went 5-0, win the Big Ten championship, opportunity to be playing in the Rose Bowl. And when, unfortunately, Marcus went down, it almost looked like nothing happened. And that was a credit to Dave, even once again, like how Matt Bedford was when he was injured the year prior. His preparation allowed him to have that success as soon as he hit the ground running. So, I mean, Dave's continued to grind. The maturity that Dave has grown into, man, I love how Dave comes to practice every day. Dave is a feisty guy. That's just how his playing style is. But he's grown off the field in so many ways, and I think it's helping benefit his game. So as long as he continues on that path, man, he's going to help us point blank period. And I think he's starting to feel that. I think he can feel that confidence in his game. So just continue to have him lean on that and continue to build and stay on those good habits that he's created, because he's a totally different human than when we first got here. And I think he feels it, he sees it, and his play is a representation of that. And then you talk about G-Baby with Janoris, the confidence he's having as a tackle, man, it's cool to watch and it's cool to see. Obviously, it's much like it's a blessing. You're going against Mateo. You're going against Tatum. You're going against Blake Purchase. You're going against young Elijah Rush. Like, I can just sit here and go down the names, and to be able to have that variety of different rushers that you're going to have to work against, our guys get a little bit of a benefit of developing a little bit faster because you're going against some of the most premier rushers in the country. Obviously, Mateo being the leading Big Ten sack leader, and he gets to go against that every single day. It's going to help him continue to improve because there is no better teacher than experience.
Front right, Zach.
Multiple years now, you guys have gone into spring ball with multiple starting spots open on the offensive line. What has that process been like for you, and what makes you a good coach to be able to, put guys at different spots and find out the right combination, even going into the season like last year?
I mean, if I'm a good coach, we'll figure that out. But as far as like the rotation and stuff, I mean, I think that's our job, for real. Like every single year, unless you're blessed to have in offensive line world, at least, you're not going to have very rarely just true sophomores starting. You get to lean on them for 3-4 years. Oregon was blessed a few years ago. We was Throck and Jake and those guys with 50 career starts. I mean, that's a little bit more rare, right? But I think every single day of prepping of guys playing multiple positions, guys learning the system not only within the position they think they play, but learning it holistically, you end up getting guys who are a little bit smarter as far as understanding the whole system, but then also understanding the techniques and the why of why you have to do it. So we have a lot of time. I mean, I know the season's around the corner, but you still have 6 to 7 months right now to be able to prepare and find the best 5. And as long as they commit to Wilson Love, I think, and I mean this respectfully, humbly, there is no better offensive line staff in the country. What they call the law firm. I'm so thankful for Coach Cut, Coach Walk, Coach Dallas, Coach Whipple, because our guys get to pour into our offensive line every single day. Like, we have 5 passionate guys who love offensive line, so you just block out the noise, you continue to work, and if you look up, going against the best defensive line in the country every day, you should be pretty good when it's all said and done come August. So those guys are committed to the grind, man. We have Coach Landon has a great system as far as development. So we've been in a situation going on year 3 in a row. We've had these same questions at the top of the spring, and it's like these guys are going to compete their butt off, and our team is going to help them get better. So really good spot.
Front left, Jim.
Malik, a year ago, was asking, what did the 2s and 3s have to show you so that a year later you could be in position to know whether they could help you? All right, you went shopping, you got 3 guys, you had Bedford unexpectedly have to come back. What do you have to see from the 2s and 3s this year to where you're not shopping for 4 or maybe even 5 guys next December, to where you're ready to roll with and truly be not just 8 or 9 deep for the fall, but be ready to roll another 5 who are already here a year from now?
I mean, that's just depending on how the system plays out. I think that's a credit to the guys like Trent, the guys like Devin, the guys like Janoris, who are consistently working their butts off every single day. So as long as they continue at this rate, we're going to lean on them. But like you just said, the guys that we did bring in here would be technically 4 seniors leaving. So you would probably have to get 4 more guys. So if it ends up being that you went to the portal to go get them, that's because probably there was a player out there that we deemed and evaluating that was in the portal that was good enough, and I think everybody knows we're going to go get the best players possible if that deems necessary. But our guys that are developing now, they're putting themselves in a position right now to help us this year. So all due respect, I mean, I'm worried about what's happening right now, but I know we got young guys right now. If it's necessary and they need to play, they have put themselves in a position right now to be able to help us right now. So I can only imagine what it'll look like in 9 to 10 months.
Anything else? All right, last one, James.
Just curious, but we talked about the GoPros and what that could do for the quarterbacks, but how much does your room actually benefit from that? Because that's a different camera angle theoretically for you guys too, and what you're hearing by way of Poncho and mic identifications and Leo calls and all that kind of stuff. So how much of a tool is that for your room?
Man, it's been great. Like, you can see who's lying to you. Because everybody said, Coach, I swear I said that. You go to the GoPro, it's like, yeah, you didn't say it. But I think it's just real beneficial because there is so much communication that happens within football that people don't realize that has to happen pre-snap, post-snap, and having that GoPro angle and to see, it lets your guys understand a little bit of the life of the quarterback. Naturally, as offensive lineman, you never have to know what it feels like to be that guy that's sitting in that bullpen when you got 4 hound dogs rushing after you. So our guys get to see why being square means a little bit more. Why using your hands means a little bit more, because you can see the difference when that dude's real close to the GoPro and he's real far from the GoPro. It's a different life for your quarterback to live. So it allows not only for, like Coach Tony T was even saying it, for everybody, you get to get inside the game where when for us, before even the iPads, you're hoping your players, you've taught your players well enough to be able to communicate what's going on to you during the game. So at least at practice with the GoPros, we have a little bit more access to be able to see what you call, what you communicate, and our guys can learn from that. There's another aspect of or a learning tool that we can use for our guys to be able to use to help improve their game.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.